Okay, this is off the cuff because this is something that I was thinking about a little earlier today. So I just wanted to bring the conversation to the space of divested Black women. I'm not talking to the rest of you motherfuckers, okay? Now, if you notice, a lot of Black women who are against divested Black women have a disdain for Black women in general. Like you will hear them make statements suggesting that they've had all these problems with Black women, and they will suggest that other groups of women are better. They have this love for non Black women. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? That's why their sons do the same thing. You literally have Black women who are teaching their sons to hate other Black women. I've seen it time and time again. Listen, you have certain women in this space, well, not in the divested space, but they're adjacent to divestment. So maybe they're Black women centered. And they have attempted to work with women of other races because they've suggested that those women are better. But the difference with other races of women is once they detect a scent of raggedy in a bitch, they will cast you to the side. They don't want shit to do with you. But you spend all this time saying, oh, all these other races of women are better and they're less difficult than Black women. But who are you trying to make money off of? You're not trying to make money from Becky, Myling, or Maria. You have all of these classes and all this other shit directed at the very Black women that you're talking shit about. And it's like, well, no wonder your sons hate Black women. You bitches hate Black women. You hate your own image. Do you understand that many of the things that you all complain about amongst other Black women are issues that happen with women in general? There's a lot of cattiness and pettiness in interactions between women. But you all have a few disagreements with a Black woman, with another Black woman, and you suggest that all Black women are to blame for your personal disagreements, and you suggest that you think that other races of women are better. Well, that's why your sons don't fuck with you and they don't fuck with other Black women. But then you get upset with divestors because we say, well, you know what? We really don't fuck with your sons anyway. We prefer other groups of men. And you try to demonize us for that. And the whole time you don't take accountability for the fact that part of the reason that your sons are so degenerate is because of how you raise them. It's because of what you've taught them. It's because of how you've shown them how to feel about you and other Black women. The other thing I have a problem with is this whole idea where people are trying to police what we say on our channels. If I come on here every day and I say, I prefer, at this point in my life, I prefer other races of men because I am more compatible with them. That's not your business. If you don't like what the fuck I say on my channel, guess what? You have the opportunity to create your own space where you say what the fuck you want to say. But you don't get to control other Black women's speech. And I don't understand why I'm supposed to care more about you than the sons that you raise and the niggas that have kids with you and don't bear the burden of the responsibility that comes with raising kids. The other thing that I want those of you who are younger to be really careful about, and I have said this before and it bears repeating. If you want advice on how to stay happy in a long-term relationship or marriage, You need to get that advice from women who are happily partnered with men for long term if they don't believe in marriage, or women who have been in long term marriages. How many times have I told y'all I don't give relationship advice? I'm not qualified to do so because I'm going through a divorce. Go talk to women who are happily married to or partnered with the type of men that you want to be with, and listen to them. Let them tell you the red flags to look for. Because this is something my mom told me years ago. She was like, other women are not going to be happy for you if you are able to attract and keep the type of men that they can't get. And I'm watching it take place in a space that is aligned with divestment. But I'm going to tell you something. Some of these bitches are not divested. If you can have a bad experience with a man of another race and all of a sudden it throws you off, bitch, you're not divested because you based your whole identity on a man. Divestment is about Black women being self first. Part of that journey means that you're going to have to cut off anyone or anything that is detrimental to you. A fully divested Black woman is not going to deal with Black men on any level. That doesn't mean that we don't realize, right, that you can date. See, dating is about getting to know people. If you date a man and you're not compatible, you just move forward. But that doesn't mean that your bad dating experience throws off your whole journey towards being self-first and being a Black woman who cares about yourself and who loves yourself. The other thing, and I just have to say this because I wouldn't be me if I didn't say it. You had women in this space who tried to talk to Black women who were being abused. And we were called mammies because in this one particular case, this raggedy ass bitch was being abused by a broom wielding white crackhead. Now, we're glad that that person is out of that situation. But to be honest with you, if you are a 40-something-year-old woman and that's the behavior that you accepted, you're not in the position to give other Black women relationship advice. And I'm going to tell you something. If you are a Black woman and you are able to attract and keep the attention of men of other races who are doing well for themselves and who want to take care of you, you've got to be careful. Because these bitches who can't get that will try to destroy anything positive that you have going for yourself. When I tell you that these men of other races who prefer to date women in their age groups are saying that they prefer Black and Asian women, I'm not lying. All you have to do is look around. Even some of the most virulent MGTOW channels have admitted that. They've admitted that they prefer Black and Asian women. They just don't think that Black women are interested. But they don't want to deal with you if you've had kids all over the place. They don't want to deal with you if you have been whorish in a way that is visible to the public. So if you've got nude or semi-nude pictures online, they're not going to take you seriously. If you are slovenly, they're not going to take you seriously. If you have poor hygiene, they're not going to take you seriously. And some of this shit is so fucking disgusting because how do you sit in your own squalor? How do you sit and not be clean and not have a problem with that for yourself? Fuck a man. How do you sit in squalor and not have an issue with that? You have bitches coming on here talking about how they have water bugs. Okay, water bugs is a nice way of saying that you have those Herculean sized ass roaches. How do you come online and talk about that shit? How do you live with that shit? You can go to any hardware store and get rid of that shit very easily. You can contact any exterminator and get rid of that shit easily. Why do you think that any man would want to deal with that? And then you think you're in the position to not only give other women relationship advice, but then to talk shit about Black women who are not in your situation. Then y'all are raising these sons and you're sending them out here, and they are like, listen, they are terrorists to the overall society and specifically to Black women. But the way they feel about Black women is the way they feel about their mothers because of how you're raising them. You sit around all day long glorifying your friendships with other races of women as you're talking shit about Black women, and then you wonder why your sons don't fuck with Black women. And then you get mad about those of us who are in a space where we're saying, good, we don't want your sons. We want them to leave us alone. And you get mad about that. The other thing that I want to talk about, and listen, I've said it before, but I'm going to keep saying it. I don't understand why these hoes are complaining about some shit that they ushered into the space. Listen, I'm going to just put this out here. If you have men who yell and scream at women online, yell, scream at women, cuss women out, that behavior is verbally abusive. And you have women who are adjacent to the space who said that divestors were afraid of Black men and said that we were triggered by Black men when we were saying, well, no, we should not be ushered into spaces where we are going to be disrespected in that manner. And I'm going to tell you something. If a woman only complains about abusive behavior from a man based on her personal experience with that man, she doesn't give a fuck about other Black women. Some of y'all have not been around because in 2019 and 2020, divestors were being encouraged to talk to these niggas in the manosphere. They were being encouraged to talk to these pro-Black motherfuckers who wanted to dox divestors. And you had Black women who claimed to be divested supporting that shit. Bitches who claim to be hypergamous supporting that shit, only for us to find out that some of these motherfuckers are on escort sites. They're not just cam girls. They are full-on escorts. Their prices are listed online. And I'm not saying that being a sex worker means that you don't have the right to your opinion. But what I am saying is, if a woman is looking for relationship or marital advice, she needs to talk to a woman who's been in a long-term relationship or a long-term marriage. If she wants information about how to hoe around, then she can talk to bitches who hoe around. And I'm just going to leave that there. But a lot of you all do things to contribute to this whole culture of Black women hatred. You all hate Black women, so you teach the men around you to hate Black women. You all get jealous of Black women who are able to be in happy relationships and marriages with men of other races. So you encourage younger Black women to torpedo their situations with men who actually love and care about them because you can't get that. And let me tell you something. If a woman is over 40 and there's no man in her social circle that wants to date her, that's a red flag. Your social circle can be the people that you interact with on a daily basis, the people that you see. Maybe you don't directly talk to them, but they see you around. They see you at the grocery store. They see you wherever you are running errands. They went to school with you, whether it's high school or college, and they remembered you all these years later. If a middle-aged or older woman cannot pull a man in her social circle, something is off with that bitch. My friend now is a dude I went to high school with. My friend now is a dude I went to high school with. I do not remember him from high school, but he remembers me. He's a white guy that played football, and he graduated like my freshman year was his senior year. And all these years later, we connected. I think I told y'all before about my friend's grandmother. She got married out the blue to this man who got mad at his kids because they wanted to put him in a nursing home. And all he wanted was a wife to leave his stuff to. And the only thing he said was, "Don't let my kids put me in a nursing home." He was a disabled veteran. Okay. So they sent home healthcare people to the house. So she didn't have to actually do the day-to-day stuff of taking care of him. She was just there to make sure that his kids did not fuck with him. And he died a few years after they got married, and she got his pension and all his shit. She was able to date within her social circle, even into her older ages. But if you're dealing with these women and they walk in their neighborhoods, their communities, or other areas, and no man is interested in them, that's a red flag. Nope, she's not on YouTube anymore. She may come back, and if she does, I'll be sure to post the link to whatever channel she has in my community tab. But we talk pretty often, but no, right now she doesn't have a channel. But you all have to be careful. You have to be careful about who you're receiving advice from. You have to take certain things into consideration. If you look at a lot of people who are successful in business and who are wealthy, they don't take advice from people if they wouldn't want to walk a day in their shoes. So if you're a woman and you're looking to be in a relationship or a marriage, or you are in a relationship or a marriage that you're happy with, don't take advice from people who cannot get what you have. And be very careful. Be very careful about these Black women who have sons who spend all this time saying how much they hate other Black women, because they are going to ingrain that hatred into their sons. And that's why you have so many Black boys and Black men going out here and unaliving Black women left and right, and otherwise abusing Black women left and right, because they've been taught by their mothers to hate Black women. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short because my break is about to end soon. But you all be careful. I hope you're enjoying the holidays. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year if I don't talk to you before then. But be careful. And generally speaking, do not allow any of us on the internet to control what you do in real life. Don't. Especially if you're dealing with a person who is in a situation that you would not want to be in. Don't do it. It will fuck you up every time. And I'm going to tell you something else. some of these bitches on here are so raggedy that they will hear that a man is doing something for you, and they will try to find a way to get access to that man and his money. Hello. Good afternoon. They will try to find a way to get access to that man and his money. I saw some shit last night and I'm like, yo, this girl doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. This girl doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. You have this old raggedy bitch who was talking to that girl's recent ex and was trying to have a one-on-one conversation with him. I'm like, baby girl doesn't even realize that raggedy walrus is trying to get with her man. And y'all got to be fucking careful. And I'm questioning this generation of aunties and grandmas, because it's like, where are the middle-aged and older women in Black families to tell these young girls, be careful about other women. Other women will try to sabotage you. Other women will try to snake your man away from you if he's willing to do it. Y'all got to be careful. And you got to be careful about these Black bitches who hate Black women. Because if those Black bitches have sons, they will teach their sons to hate other Black women as they are uplifting other races of women. These bitches who say, oh, they would prefer to work with other races of women than women of their own race. Cool. If that's what they want, let the white women, the Asian women, and the Latina women pay for their classes. Let those women attend their trips. Let those women donate to them. Let those women learn about dark femininity from them. Stop giving your resources to these bitches that hate you. To these bitches who are raising their sons to be terrorists in the communities that you live in the grocery stores that you go to, the jobs you go to. Like, these bitches are hateful. They call divestors hateful. It's not hateful for me to tell you the facts. It's not hateful for me to tell you to stay away from people who have made it clear that they don't really fuck with Black women like that. It's not hateful for me to tell you to love yourself enough to put yourself first. But what is hateful is these raggedy ass bitches who go on and on and on and on and on about how much they hate Black women as they're uplifting other races of women. Y'all have to be careful. And I'm going to tell you something else. There's no reason, like, even if you're having a problem with a man, right? There's no reason that another woman should want to have a conversation with the man that you're dealing with. Because she wants that conversation because she's trying to take that dude from you. Don't be a dumbass bitch. Don't do it. A lot of y'all are co-signing bullshit. And then you come to divested channels and call us radical, toxic, and extreme. None of us are trying to talk to the men that y'all are getting with. None of us are mad at men for giving you money. None of us are mad at men for trying to help you move to their states. Y'all got to stop being so dumb and desperate. Have a good Wednesday.